But some of the other issues, especially budgeting, spending and taxes, I think we've set our sights a little bit too low. I don't know if you guys noticed, but this year we actually had our income tax cut. It was cut 0.05%. It went from 5.3 to 5.25. This is not the kind of issue that's going to get the voters out there interested. And in the recent budget debate, the Republicans were looking to cut the sales tax back to 5%, but they wanted to phase it in over 3 years. I mean, that's like not even 0.5% a year. Again, you want to get people interested, you've got to give them some real red meat sometimes. I actually favor cutting the sales tax. I like the 3% that was on the ballot last time. I think 3% in one swoop is a little too much. I would like to cut it to 4.5% initially, which is actually only 0.5% more than it was in 2009. It's 5%. And when I mention this, my Democrat opponent says, well, how would you pay for it? Well, if you look at it, cutting the income tax to 4.5% would take about $1.4 billion out of the state budget. But what people don't realize is the state budget this year is going up by $1.6 billion. So my proposal actually is $200 million cheaper than the budget that's going to pass. But people don't realize it because the money goes up every year and the budget goes up, and as the budget, as the money comes in, they just turn around and spend it. Not only do I want to cut the sales tax, which would help us here on the New Hampshire board. Oh, by the way, after the 4.5%, I think we should look at look to see how the money goes and eventually cut it to 3, either a year, 2 years, 3 years. But that does two things. It makes us as border communities more competitive with New Hampshire, but it also, in 4 of our other 5 border states, makes us the low tax alternative. The New York sales tax is 8%. So if our sales tax was 3, we would be to New York what New Hampshire was to us all these years. People would be coming over the border. There'd be malls built on exit 1 on the Mass Pike just to get all those New York people coming in to spend their money here.